Christian who forgot who she was and call upon the government's word.
The task that I have for you today, for myself, is very simple. I, from government, will solidify our position and show why we deserve to win. First of all, I would like to state that the Bible will always be there, and you will always be allowed to interpret it, and that's what we're standing for. That the individual be allowed to interpret it, and that's what we stand for. Opening government came out and showed us that how organized religion creates factionalism between the different denominations, which is then a bad reputation on the whole Christianity on the whole religion, Christianity as a whole. They then further went to show us how these denominations further makes the situation of segregation even worse, because then smaller churches are isolated and further segregated. They then showed us that organized religion also brings a large gap for extortion and exploitation to be used by the elite of the members of the church, and we agree with that. Then, from the second half of the opening government's bench, we came up and we brought to you to say that it brings forth the ritualization of religions, and this stigmatizes society as a whole to view Christianity as a ritualized practice, and that is detrimental to religion, and we support that. Now, to go to my positive matter. We believe that if you sleep in a garage and you drink petrol, it does not make you a car. That's the very same ideology that we're having with religion. Just because you're in an organized religion, that does not mean that is the right way of doing it, and that does not mean that you are a Christian. Now, we also come to, from the second half, she brought us to say that it creates a tension between the old and the new, because it, as you know, in these structures, you have the lead pastor, you have your worship pastor, and then you have your youth pastor. Now, the youth pastor does not have as much of a say as the father of the church. And that is wrong, because then the young cannot voice their concerns and their expressions, and then they cannot also voice their interpretation of the Bible, because they are excluded within this form of organized religion, and because of the structure that opening opposition, structure and systemized structures that are in place through these organizations. Then she also, my member of government, she also alluded us to the point that gender empowerment is not being provided for by this current state of code, because till date there has not been a single woman Catholic woman pope till we speak, and that just shows that organized religion does not adapt itself and does not develop to the needs of society. The people that can adapt to the needs of the society are the individuals that are amongst the society. Open opposition also came up to say that organized religion provides us with boundaries, and they said that these boundaries we need them so much that we would be a lost nation without them, or would be a lost cause without them. But we argue to say that people following these organized religions are following them blindly like sheep, and are falling off and are then further getting lost. Because I'll make an example of a congregation in South Africa where the pastor said that everyone should eat grass. And guess what? No one amongst them said, hey, this is not in the Bible, because of the fact that organized religion stands behind that you cannot go against the highest order in the structure of the organized religion. So therefore, they could not oppose the eating of the grass, and that is why the argument of my opening government to say that people are then being forced to do things because they do not have that say to say, we don't agree. And they're scared to say that when they oppose the high authorities that are placed in the ranks of organized religion, they will then be shunned out and then be expelled and then be isolated, because then you're breaking the rules. Because, as you said, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Okay, you're talking about being shunned out and everything, but in religion, it's not about if you go to a church, it's about if you believe in that belief. So therefore, you can't be shut out about anything if there doesn't need to be shut out about.
You fail to understand that each religion that you propose, each organized religion, they have their different interpretation. Now that causes the shunning out, because even though I believe in something, but if you believe in something that is totally different, and because of your organized religion, you're going to say that what I believe in is totally wrong, and we oppose and we say that that is more detrimental to the notion of Christianity.
Yeah.
Now I would like to solidify my argument by bringing Paul to say, what is the basis of Christianity? The moral basis of Christianity is love. And organized religions do not promote love, because organized religions promote the fact that they are the ones who are right. They promote the fact that they are the ones who know the best. They promote the fact that they are the largest. It is no secret that organized religion, that the way that society views the success of an organized religion is by the mass that they can attract. Now, we find that this is wrong because it is not merely the masses that dictate what is right, but it should be our spiritual awakening within ourselves that dictates what is right. And this spiritual awakening can only be identified and can only be deeply entrenched once we identify it amongst ourselves and once we get, yes. Now, finally, I'd like to say that organized religion is detrimental to Christianity as a whole because of the stigmatization that comes forth from the different denominations. Now, an example I'll point out is that the Catholics have recently said that they now allow for people that are homosexual. Now, since Catholics are a large part of the denomination of Christianity, everybody as a whole views Christianity as a religion that accepts homosexuality as a whole. But then the Anglicans come up and say, no, we view homosexuality as a sin, and we do not accept homosexuality. Now there's a contrast within the whole framework of religion, and that is what is detrimental to the reputation of religion, and that is why we bring upon this motion.